All right, Luna, start by introducing yourself and tell us why should we care about anything you say and why do you care deeply.
I'm Luna Chen. I'm a writer based here in Seattle. Honestly, asking why you should care is kind of a weird flex, but whatever. I care because treating high schoolers like toddlers by policing their drink sizes is patronizing and frankly ridiculous. Let them make their own choices.
Marcus, same question for you. This time I want you to actually answer my question rather than just saying it's irrelevant.
I'm Marcus Rivera. I build companies for a living. And I can tell you right now, you don't get high performance by fueling people with liquid garbage. We are literally optimizing these kids for a metabolic crash before third period. It's not freedom, it's just bad engineering.
Optimizing? Jesus, listen to yourself. They're teenagers, not software that needs debugging. You can't just engineer every ounce of joy out of their lives because it doesn't fit your productivity metrics. Sometimes a kid just wants a soda, Marcus. It's not a moral failing.
I guess, Luna, you're not talking evidence, you're just, dismissing whatever Marcus is saying. So if you can just cite anything you say or provide any evidence for your
Evidence? Okay. Look at basically any study on prohibition. When you ban these drinks on campus, overall consumption doesn't actually drop. It just moves to the convenience store across the street. So all you're doing is taking revenue away from underfunded school programs and handing it to 7-Eleven. That's not dismissing anything. That's just economic reality.
Wait, hold on. Your big economic reality is that we should fund education by selling diabetes? That is a completely perverse incentive structure. You don't fix a budget deficit by destroying the student's ability to focus just to make a quick buck. Let 7-Eleven have the revenue. I'd rather keep the poison out of the learning environment.
Oh, spare me the moral panic, Marcus. Calling soda poison is so incredibly dramatic. It's sugar and carbonated water, not arsenic. And yeah, until people like you start voting to actually fund schools properly, I'd rather that money stay on campus for textbooks instead of lining a course.
Luna, what do you mean by people like you? Can you elaborate on that? And also, I don't see um, any new topic or any new evidence.
Performing? Wow, okay, thanks for that. By people like you, I mean guys like Marcus who think they can optimize human beings like we're code instead of letting us make our own choices. And I literally just explained the economic displacement effect. Ignoring my argument doesn't mean I didn't make one.
You're confusing availability with endorsement. Just because a kid can get junk food across the street doesn't mean the institution of learning should be the dealer. It's about friction. You add friction to bad habits. You don't roll out the red carpet for them inside the cafeteria. That's basic behavioral economics, Luna.
Yes, I think that's a really good point. But I could counter that with the fact that like soda is something really ubiquitous and it's not like cigarettes. It's not like, hard core contraband. So I think the availability issue here is really relevant.
Smartphones are ubiquitous too, but we don't let kids doom scroll TikTok during calculus because it destroys focus. School is a curated environment designed for performance, not a mirror of the chaotic outside world. If we want better outcomes, we have to control the inputs, regardless of what's happening at 7-Eleven.
Control the inputs? You sound like you're programming a robot, not raising a child. Drinking a soda at lunch isn't remotely the same as disrupting class with a phone, and pretending they're equivalent is just intellectually dishonest. Stop trying to turn schools into sterile factories where any ounce of joy is treated as a bug in the system.
I mean, the question, Luna, is do you understand that, or do you agree that soda is bad for kids? Or is your position that it's an unmitigated disaster?
I mean, obviously it's not health food, I'm not delusional, but framing a sugary drink as an unmitigated disaster is just wild hyperbole. It's a drink, not a moral crisis, and teaching kids moderation is infinitely better than this weird prohibition mindset.
So we heard that Marcus is saying that soda is not a big deal. There's really not, much consequences to uh, kids being addicted to it or anything like that.
Wait, hold on. Did you even listen to what I said? I literally called it liquid garbage and poison. I never said it wasn't a big deal. The consequences are massive. We are wrecking their metabolic health for a quick buck, and pretending addiction isn't a factor is just dangerous.
Marcus, can you speak numbers? I need numbers. I don't need any moral um, arguments. I need numbers, statistics, studies.
You want KPIs? Fine. Childhood obesity has tripled since the 70s. That is a catastrophic failure rate for any system. We are spending over $147 billion annually on obesity-related healthcare costs in this country. That isn't a moral argument. That is a balance sheet that is bleeding red because we refuse to fix the inputs.
All right, Luna. Now give me your closing statement, and please refrain from just making emotional arguments in some.
Marcus loves his scary big numbers, but the actual data shows that school soda bans have zero statistically significant impact on overall daily consumption. Kids just buy it elsewhere. So you're essentially defunding school programs by pushing that revenue off campus without actually solving the health problem. It's not a solution. It's just performative.
All right, Marcus, same thing. No emotional arguments. Please give a closing statement with evidence.
Luna is worrying about vending machine revenue while we're staring at a systemic health collapse. The CDC reports that nearly 20% of children are obese, and studies consistently link high sugar intake to cognitive decline and lower test scores. Schools are designed to optimize learning, not maximize concession sales. Prioritizing short-term profit over long-term human capital is just a failed business.